Alrighty everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday stream of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates Plus mod will be continuing our stream campaign, which is of course the Federation versus the Klingons. Hello Raider, welcome to the stream. We're going to get going and have a little bit of fun for the next couple of hours and just sort of enjoy the game with all of you. So let's load things up, get things started. Last time I checked, we're, still sieging out Kronos. So Kronos, actually, we managed to almost take in the last episode, last week's Wednesday. Unfortunately, because of the way that the game works, it flipped back to the Klingon side after going neutral, which put his Empire defense up to like 40-something, which requires us to go back in and crush everything. So this is the current state of the galaxy at large at the moment, but we're going to keep our focus right down here at the sector of 5-9, where Kronos is. Hello, Rimmer. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to begin the invasion of Kronos once again. Alrighty, so let's go jump on top of these Klingon guys and see what we can actually pull out from them. I'm really a little bit irritated that we lost this planet last time, because we had it. We had it all. Alright, let's get our red alert going and increase speed. Actually, let's slow back down, because we need to overload all weapon systems, because that's a B-11 battleship, and I want to be able to hit them with a truck. Doing good, hopefully the same. Yes, I'm doing quite nicely. It's been a long day. I'm a little bit tired, but hey, I'm always having fun whenever I play Starfleet Command. We are being escorted today by, not an enemy dreadnought, but the Insouciant, which was the name of our battleship carrier, which it is a Monarch-class battleship carrier from the Hydrants. So this is the last remnants of last campaign. Oh, that's hilarious to me. And then the standard battleship, the HMS Fort. So nothing too crazy. There is, of course, a B-11, and I did see another one spawn over there. It's probably another B-11. If we're lucky, it's just a B-11. If we're unlucky, it's a B-11V. No, it's a B-10. Wow, really? Okay, so that's great. We've got him outgunned and outnumbered. This guy is going to take a little bit more work, but that's to be expected. Klingon B-11 super battleships are fairly rough opponents, actually. They're moderately terrifying, all things considered, just given the amount of firepower they have at their disposal. We're going to increase our shields to the maximum level, give ourselves our electronic countermeasure, our standard 4-2 mix. Hello, Laurendell. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could swing on by. So we're just about to get started on the very first assault of the day. We are attacking Kronos, and its Empire defense is just underneath 40, so it's going to take a little bit of work to actually steal, but we're going to get it done. So I think I want to open fire with missiles from long range just to prompt him to go Wild Weasel. That'll give us a chance to maneuver around him. The trick is going to be timing that, if we can do it at all, because he does have a pretty ridiculous amount of firepower when it comes to his anti-missile defense system. If we can take it out, that would actually be a huge boon to us. So actually, let's go ahead and set that up in advance. Have the Marine teams not go, but that'll be their primary target once we get an opening. We'll hopefully chew open the shield, send over the team, because once that's done, he's incredibly vulnerable to follow-up from our missiles themselves. So it looks like he's trying to counter us directly on the ECCM. He's not trying to put out any ECM, which is a little bit interesting on this one. I would have expected him to just use his 2 additional powers to try and counter us, just go for a flat zero-sum game at this point. But I'm not going to complain all that much, although what I am going to do is I'm going to set the electronic countermeasure to be just a little bit higher on the importance list, make sure things are set. You're here for the whole stream unless the puppies need something. Well, puppies are very important. Puppies are always important, so we're going to start cruising around. I think now's the time. We're going to open fire with all of our missiles, start to slow down, give ourselves a little bit more of a... Actually, no, we don't want to slow down at all. We want to keep the speed going, but I would like to try and keep my bow towards the enemy just to present the shield that is being reinforced. Although, in the future, a tactic may certainly be... Yep, there goes this crash stop. Come on, please survive, please survive. One did. Is it going to make it, or are the fighters going to shoot it down? The fighters shot it down. Oh, you jerks. Oh, I had the perfect opportunity to go break stuff, and then you had to come along. Okay, break off. This attack did not work. Thank you. Phasers operating, managing to take out his fighter squadrons. Lovely. Alright, so on the bright side, we have managed to basically stop him from opening fire too much on the fighter squadrons that are around him. So that's bought time for the Hydrants to do their job, and they're going to get right on top of him and just start laying into him. So us playing Distraction Bus has actually worked out pretty decently. I'm not going to send my Marine teams just yet, but if he's that distracted with fighters, this might be a good chance to try and slip in a whole bunch of missiles on top of him. He has stopped shooting, so let's see what's going to happen with this one. Phasers are all ready to go. Wild Weasel? Nope, he's just going to tank it in the face. Lovely. Okay, all of blow him up. There we go. A well-coordinated assault by all peoples involved in the Alliance navies. We just need to get these photon torpedoes away, and then we can set our photon torpedoes back to normal mode, because they're a little bit not in the way that I want them to be. Increase speed very slightly just to make sure that we can outrun these missiles, even though we're about to get done. Hello, Alan. Your favorite Star Trek game? It is mine as well. This is possibly the best Star Trek game ever made. It's definitely the best Star Trek, well, maybe not. Bridge Commander does exist, but I kind of like this one more. Yes, that full photon torpedo barrage did completely rip him apart. It was beautiful. A thing of movies, clearly was that. And now the B-10 is just getting hounded by a pair of Hydran battleships. He is in a bad, bad spot. You got a 4 or 5 week old German Shepherds. You got 2 of them? Wow. That is adorable. What about Armada or Klingon Academy? I'm sorry, but Armada and Klingon Academy are not as good as this. They're good, don't get me wrong. I do love both those games, but this is better. Bridge Commander, maybe. Because Bridge Commander is more like you are directly in command of a single ship, and it's probably more true to TNG, whereas this is more true to, well, Starfleet battles, but also kind of Star Trek early era. Hey, Raider, they're good games, but they're not as good. They're not as good as this. I'm not playing Star Trek Armada 18 years on from when it originally got made. I am playing this game. There's the difference. Yes, Bridge Commander is very close. And I only say Bridge Commander is very close because, well, my brother used to play it all the time. He was actually involved in a Starfleet, in like a fleet actually set up his own, which was pretty cool. He flew with a whole bunch of other people playing. I don't know the mod. I was never involved with it, but he was always hanging out with them and having a good time. So, 2 adults and 4 puppies. Wow, your house must be a lot of fun, or incredibly hectic, or probably both if we actually want to be honest about it. I know people like what they like, no problem for me. Yeah. I think that if Armada 2 was as good as Starfleet Command, we wouldn't be seeing Armada 3 from Sins of a Solar Empire. That's my position on that. But yeah, you're right. Everybody can love whatever they want to. Alright, let's start blowing apart this planet and doing our best job. We do, of course, need to throw all the power into electronic countermeasure because they're going to mess with us on this one, and photon torpedoes really suck when it comes to trying to shoot through electronic countermeasure. We don't know why. That is just the way that the world works, and we have to deal with it as things may come. Start slowing down. I figured it would be Lorendell. Alright, so the planet is, of course, under fire from 3 battleships, which means the planet will not last long. Although, if he knocks down my shield like that, he could very well kill me, which would be unfortunate. Let's get some missiles underway, because there is a small chance they might get through. It's not a great one, but it does exist. And by does exist, I mean we haven't quite managed to make it happen yet. Except with a Hydran AI. I'm really considering changing that. I'm almost positive that's something that the normal Community Edition mod is just going to do. They're probably going to go in and do what Fire Soul did for the Phaser 3s. Center probe, I think we got him. Yeah, we got him. Increase the speed, let's get within range. We may as well get the whole barrage going on now at this point. Once you've gotten your initial missile barrage through and managed to hit him, they're pretty much done for. I mean, yeah, he still has a couple of phaser force, but we're going to cut through that without too much more trouble. And keep the fire of the missiles going. All stop. And by now, you have nobody left, right? Yeah, send in the Marines. Alright, we got Kronos. So starting things off on the right foot, a sub-10-minute battle when it comes to a planetary assault. Although we didn't face 3 B-11s, and that would be more difficult than a B-11 and a B-10. We did, of course, get a little bit like a... Actually, no, I'm not quite certain. I need to go back and check. I know I picked the B-11 to be the Klingon representative in the top 8 battleships list, partially because I don't remember what the B-11V has. But I'm fairly certain I made that decision advisedly so, and not just randomly on a whim. So I'm trying to remember what weapons does the B-11V lose as opposed to the standard B-11? Huh. It's going to have to be something I'm going to have to check up. I mean, I know he gets a ton more fighters afterwards, but still. Alright, are we dealing with another B-11? You don't quite look like it. No, you're another B-10. Okay, so there might be a B-11 off here. We once again have brought a Monarch-class battleship carrier and a standard Monarch-class battleship. So this apparently is sort of the battle group that we've got going on at this point. Managed to bring the best of all worlds overload the weapon systems. Let's make sure that everything is set to do as much damage as completely possible. We'll also make sure to get the defensive systems going just a little bit early. That way I can just advance the speed of time and not have to worry about all hell breaking loose. So set like so. 4 electronic countermeasure, 2 electronic countermeasure, and we're good. Probes away. Let's find out if he's got a buddy. He does indeed. It is a C-10, even smaller, and it is a PLPH-15 though, so the planet itself will actually be able to defend itself. But the actual space assets, I'm gonna be honest, are kind of pathetic. So he hasn't brought his A game for this one, clearly, because we have way more firepower than he does. I mean, we brought 3 battleships, and he bought a heavy dreadnought and a battleship, so not exactly on our level. Yeah, that I'm kind of irritated. Well, I'm both irritated and relieved that that mission glitched out, because the garrison, the base garrison mission ended up being, we took it for full salvage. So we were going to get 5 of 21 priority salvage, and we ended up running into 4 mechs as part of the initial Vanguard lance, and then just a whole bunch of vehicles. It was like 3 3 missile carriers and a light weapons carrier, and then there was another group of units that was on the low ground of that map that we never actually got eyes on, but it was just continually lobbing missiles. So we basically were taking a 5 of 21 salvage mission on weapons carriers, which makes it easy to win, but it does kind of take away quite a bit in that battle, just purely because that 5 of 21 salvage is probably not going to get the really cool stuff that we would really, really want. Now let's slow way down. Oh crap, I should have shut that off and I didn't. Open them up. And these 2 normal, because we're not going to do a pass here. See if we can't bring on the port side shield. It is there in time. Lovely. Alright, keep the fire going. Yes, that did sacrifice our aft-firing photon torpedo. I should be a little bit more careful with that one, just to make sure that it's operating on the frequencies that we want it to. And that way it'll save us a little bit of power for our forward shield reinforcement. Getting some good hits going on down here. Another shield getting very severely weakened, but I'm hoping to come around enough in order to pull it away. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. Nope. Shields are open. So that's very unfortunate. We are going to have to run home and repair. Unfortunately, also, I've got a mine that I'm currently standing on top of. Luckily, we were traveling slow enough that we didn't set it off. Alright, let's go fix things, because clearly our armor is mostly missing at this point. So we have been out here for too long, it would appear. Would love to fire a missile into that, but there's no way I'm getting through the mine, mainly because the mine will explode. So we'll pick up the base a bit. But yeah, in some ways I'm actually kind of happy that that mission ended up being a dud, because now when we go back to replay it, hopefully it'll roll a different opposition instead of just all the vehicle carriers in the world. Ah, you're really starting to open me up. I really need to kick on the speed, don't I? Otherwise you're just going to continually punish me for reasons that, well, I can't do much about. Let's get the photon torpedoes. They're all ready for an attack, and I'd really like to get one in to that open shield, but he's going to pull that one away from us. It's not going to give us the opportunity. Oh, wait, actually, no, he's coming back, and the range is good, so come on, just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Wow, only 3. 3 of 8 photon torpedoes was all that managed to hit. I suppose that's actually close to being statistical, because, you know, we had about a 50% there. Warp core room is open to space? Nah, it's not. It's fine. Don't be such a baby. Missiles. Are we too close? We are too close for missiles. Oh, when big battleships start getting into space, the amount of distance that's actually between them can be very misleading. Alright, so we're just going to keep puttering along in this direction. He's knocked down another shield. I don't want to say that he's got an insignificant amount of firepower. Ow. That was not fair, guys. Come on, don't do that. Don't shoot your friends like so. Okay, let's get the speed of time back up to full. Get the duct tape out. Yes, indeed. We need to get all the repairs underway, because we actually managed to take quite a beating on that one. Although, it's kind of reasonable, given that we are in a fairly aggressive position. We are well outside the range of what we can do from here. So, maximum electronic countermeasure. Shield. How much? I got 50 points of power in the shields. Let's go steal it all. So, we want to move much faster, and in order to do that, we must just continually go quickly. Oh, we're already traveling at maximum speed. Lovely. So we'll get all systems repaired. Things just throw into space. Nah, we're gonna be fine. Just fine. We'll steal planet, it'll all be good. We'll be able to land, have a good time. Although, it would be very interesting to see someone try and land one of these battleships. I don't think it would do particularly well. I would probably borrow the Battletech rules for landing jump ships. Jump ships take 100 damage per hex that they travel per turn. Which is pretty severe, in case you were wondering. Alright, photon torpedoes managed to cut a hole right in through him, so missiles actually probably should have some decent luck, so let's go send them. Got the fighters circling around us in a nice protective formation. That's always nice to see. You enjoyed it? Which latest one? The Star Trek Armada 3? I hear that it's good, I've just never played it. But I have heard good things about the game. And I have watched people play streams of it. I've just never have bothered to play it myself. Keep the missile cycle going, because we're going to basically break the planet just by spamming missiles on them. Alright, that'll do. That's what we were looking for. Okay, just start shooting. We're going to start coming in on here and annihilating you. I need that phaser back because I'd like to have everything. Oh, the Stellaris one, you mean? Are you talking about the Stellaris one or the Sins of the Solar Empire one? The grand strategy or the more tactical version? Hi, Marines. We got another planet opening for you. Go steal. Thank you. Planet will be ours. Sins game got a DLC and Armada 3 mod got updated. Oh, cool. Any idea what they added in the new update? Just out of curiosity. I don't actually have any plans to play it, unfortunately. I don't have time. Between this, Rogue Tech, trying to fly in DCS whenever I can, and the brand new Mech HQ game, my time is just shrinking so much. I'm having fun while doing it, but still. 22 Empire Defense. Oh, we got them on the ropes. We got them close. Oh, so Sins of a Solar Empire got an update? After all these years? Or is that the mod name? I don't really hear this really good. It probably is. A lot of people play it for a very good reason. I'm going to take a shipyard assault just because or a surprise reverse just because I do not want to do a shipyard assault. Shipyard assaults are just hugely momentum sapping. Yeah, you can accomplish it in relatively short order, but it just feels like such a drag. It's minor factions that can work for your team. Oh, that's cool. So you can hire like the pirates that are around the planets? Or are they just, they're already their own faction sort of deal? We're just going to dive right on top of this force, as we normally do with these sorts of things. We can get up to full speed. Yes, it does look like that way. And assuming that they don't have any anti-missile defenses, which, you know, at this point in the war, that's not very common. Actually, no, 2 D-type plasma torpedoes. Yeah, he's pretty safely ensconced in a fairly decent amount of defense. All right, let's make sure we got the forward shield reinforced just to handle all the incoming fire that we're about to take from blowing people up at point-blank range. Make sure the phasers are overloaded. And I'm going to try just with phasers. We can do a quick follow-up just in case. With any luck, the phasers will do it, and I'll be able to save my heavy weapons for the next target. I'm going to get right on top of them, make sure our phasers have the chance to do the most amount of damage possible. 3, 2, 1, there we are. Hey, that did it. You have a single D-type plasma torpedo. You do as well, but I'm just going to blast the missiles out on you. See if I can get 9 missiles on through. That should be something that is realistically possible. Ooh, 32 damage from the photon torpedoes, but did not manage to kill him, but our phasers did. And our missiles killed that one. Lovely. So we are just an engine of Federation destruction. Can you say who the new race is you're playing for the Starfleet Command? It's the Gorn. The Gorn have won the poll rather convincingly, although there was a last-minute attempt for the ISE. But no, between the Discord and the requests on the channel, the Gorn are very much the winners. Or at least last time I checked. Unless something has oddly inverted on the Discord. Let me go quickly check that. Yeah, on the Discord right now it's 5-1. Oh, please don't crash game. Or, you know, you could crash game. Oh, no, you're good. Haha, the game is saved. Lovely. So, like, they're their own factions, but you can capture them and they will work for you, but the enemy can capture them. Oh, yeah, like Mercs. That sounds interesting. Neutral tile. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Take the gosh darn planet. We're going to take the homeworld assault. All right, let's see if we can actually grab Kronos this time. Oh, boy. I'm excited now. All right, red alert. All power to all systems. We are fully equipped and ready to rock. Let's overload everything, because that's a B-11, I believe. We've got HMS Determination, which is a Monarch-class battleship carrier, and HMS Citadel, which is a standard Monarch. It's only a B-10. Okay, lovely. So, the battle for Kronos, which has apparently become an ice planet. I distinctly recall Kronos being brown and red, but maybe that's just my imagination acting up on me. Get all systems fully rigged for full-on combat. We're going to see what kind of damage we can actually deal towards the enemy. And hopefully, if we can take them out quickly, then that'll be a fairly quick way of having a tile, which is one of the more profitable tiles in the Empire. You are a B-11, right? No? Yes, okay. I thought so. You looked like it. Planet is normally a volcanic planet, but today it's an ice planet. Yes, indeed. It's a shame that they can't, like, say, okay, this sector only gets this planet. Because that would be awesome if we could make Kronos just, like, extra well defended with, like, weapons platforms around the area. Although, if we were to do that, I would kind of insist that a homeworld assault should probably give you just a little bit more than 5 Empire defense off the tile. Just saying. Kronos has entered the Ice Age. Well, if I do recall, The dilithium mines have exploded, poisoning the Klingon atmosphere, and they will run out of oxygen in like 10 years or something like that. That's if I'm recalling things correctly. Was it Rurapenthe? Yeah, the ice moon of Rurapenthe has exploded, and the Klingons shall deplete their entire supply of oxygen. Ah, that was a good movie. Alright, let's see where we've actually got our power systems. Our power system's lovely, so we're going to steal most of it so we can get on top of these things. Also, we want to work with the Monarch-class battleship carrier. Praxis blew up, not Rurapenthe. Rurapenthe is where they sent him. That was the prison ice planet, wasn't it? Thank you, Kelzul. Welcome to the stream, Kelzul. So, we're going to probably nail this guy first because I think I can hit him and run, and that's going to be my main plan. I'm going to actually swap up my reinforcement. I'm going to go for forward port shield, which I know craziness has been declared, but I think by doing that I'll be able to move towards him while at the same time preserving my shield a little bit. Because we're going to want to try and hook in around him. But we got to time this right so his fighters don't get quite in the way. At least that's the plan. Otherwise we're going to have to break off again, and that's great. Don't work with them, they're dying. Let them die. Oh, Shatner, you can... Shatner definitely could do a line. It's fantastic. Don't trust them. Don't believe them. There's an old Vulcan proverb. Only Nixon could go to China. Alright, let's cut down the speed. Now we can switch our shield reinforcement to the forward shield because we're going to need it because we're about to get shot at. And I did not turn off my Gatling phaser, which is a very large oversight because I'm going to need it. Hi, point blank range. Your defense has gone away. Goodbye. Did I not have those overloaded? I think I did. Forward shield is down. That's unfortunate. Pull away, pull away, pull away. Not every species has the genesis. Alright, we gotta turn away before we get ourselves completely gutted here. Photon torpedoes. I want to get my photon torpedo on overload to hit him. Ah, we got him. Lovely. Alright, let's just turn around and give him a little bit of a rear shot and then we're good. True nerds know all. Of course it was Bryson. Of course it was. My identity as a fake nerd has been revealed. Oh no. Playing Star Trek games for 2 years. Such a fake nerd. Oh, wow! Gunnery crew, nice job! 2 maximum range overloaded photon torpedo shots. That was beautiful. Good to be here to see the Federation do some conquering. Loving the BB. I agree with the Federation BB. Maybe we could have been in 4 or 3. I don't know about that. It has to take on plasma battleships at that point. And that's a rough one to do. Plasma battleships are incredibly powerful. It's the enveloping plasma torpedo that makes them so ridiculously good, because it's suddenly, hi, you have no shield at all. Goodbye. He's a joke. That's why I play Marek. They'll never know if I play the cat people. Couple more photon torpedoes just in cast his way, but it's really the missiles that I'm concerned about because you got almost no point defense system anymore, which is lovely. Although, what happened to all the fighters? Where have all the fighters gone? And got it. Alrighty, so we have knocked out the B-11, we've knocked out the B-10, and on to the PLPH-15. So let's go blast this guy into the ground. The Gorn battleship would draw on the Federation. I don't like the Gorn battleship, I really don't. But I gotta admit, it probably would beat out a Federation BB. Like, the Federation BBX brings a lot to the table, it really does. It brings a lot of flexibility to the table. No, I think you can corner him. I think you can corner him on the map. I think, as great as it is that the Federation ship has the photon torpedoes for the long-range flexibility, the plasma torpedoes, just, all he needs is one good shot, and you never know when it's the real one coming your way, because he's got so many pseudo-torpedoes. So I really, yeah, the Gorn probably does beat it, one-on-one. What Gorn ships will I be gunning for? Well, there's really only one path line to go with the Gorn. It's just straight up from frigate to heavy cruiser to battle cruiser to dreadnought. Although, we might even be able to get battle cruiser. Because if I remember correctly, in Season 6, I think it is, we were in a Gorn heavy cruiser, like the first Gorn heavy cruiser for years in-game time. Because we just never needed to upgrade, and it got to the point where we were running into late-era ships that we just literally could not take on with the amount of firepower we had at our disposal. And the only reason we had to trade up was because, well, our ship just kind of fell behind. It wasn't a case of we were getting gutted. It was just a case of, well, now battles are taking forever because it just takes us forever to knock through their stuff. Gorn tech is super reliable. It's really, really solid. It's not particularly nuanced, but it's one of those things that just doesn't screw up. But yeah, we'll go for a Godzilla at some point. There's really not a whole heck of a lot of other options. The Gorn don't go super heavily into pseudo frigates. They don't have maulers. They don't have anything crazy per se. It's just a lot of straight up, I have a lot of plasma and a lot of phasers. You have less plasma and phasers. I'm going to now beat your shields down. The battlecruisers are quite solid. The fast battlecruisers are always solid for quick patrols and convoys. Yeah, we could look into the fast battlecruiser. I always kind of shy away from fast cruisers just because I don't like losing the heavy weapons armament. But it may be a good idea to try it. Like, I like speed, but I don't value speed to the point of where I would be happy to give up half of my heavy weapons. I mean, that's always been a stumbling block for me when it comes to, hey, do you want to get into a fast cruiser? It's like, fast cruisers are nice, but fast cruisers are not... They're not my thing. I like firepower. I'm a battlecruiser captain at heart, I think. I like nimbleness, but I also like enough punch to just deck somebody's lights out in basically one shot. Although, if I'm completely honest, what I really am is I'm a Marak Advanced Bombardment Cruiser Captain, because that thing is just stupid good on every single level, and could probably destroy every single battleship on our top 8 battleship list. Even probably the Romulan one. The King Condor does not beat that. And the reason why the King Condor doesn't beat that is because the King Condor still needs to get close in order to do King Condor-y things. So all you would have to do is let them get in close, tractor them, launch your missiles, because you'll be able to fire before they do, and the missile range will be so short that you will hit them, and then you can drop the tractor beam, and then launch the Wild Weasel shuttle before they can do anything about it. And they can try and tractor you back, of course, but I don't think it would work out so great. Oh, wow, we're too close. No photon torpedoes, break that planet. You can always offline half your heavy weapons in a standard cruise, and there you go. It's faster, pretty much. Love the Killer Hawk Romulan Super Heavy Cruiser. The Killer Hawk? Which one's that? There are many Hawks that we've run into, but is it the 2R2S one? Because I thought that was a Regal Hawk. It's crazy speed time. Why am I traveling at a normal speed of time? We're trying to bombard a planet. Probe. Oh, the planet's mostly bombarded. Lovely. Increase the speed by 1. Let's start getting in there. Yeah, he's got basically nothing. How many Marines you got? You got 14? I don't have enough missiles to just annihilate you in one barrage. Ah, playing as the Marak. So much fun. Because you have missiles. Missiles makes everything happy. 7. Another 5 and we'll be able to capture Kronos for the last time. It'll be beautiful. Unless, of course, it doesn't give it to us, which is always a possibility. There's always that chance we don't actually capture Kronos for whatever reason. Transporter range, and go. Our Marines, take me a planet. I want to be able to plant a flag here. So the Klingon Marines attempting to hold off the fight, and they are failing, sir. They shall not succeed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, planet mine. Okay, we counted a little bit fast. There we go. Homeworld finally properly captured, not just for the normal thing, but this one will actually take the tile, I believe, I think. Cross your fingers. Oh, please, actually take this tile. Don't flip it back again, because that would just be... If I have to invade Kronos another time, I'm going to be irritated. Okay, it's ours. So, the Federation has officially put boots down on the planet of Kronos, which is lovely in so many ways. For one, we need a little bit of repair, but we're out here. Hi, it's a patrol. We'll take this before we go back home. Just because I like to live life dangerously, and at the end of the day, I can actually buy another BBX. Hey, you're a fairly large ship, I saw it. Question, if you offline a plasma, does it still pack a pseudo? Yes, I think. I'm 99% positive the answer to that question is yes. I can't be 100% positive, but we could check afterwards. But yeah, I'm almost sure that the answer to that question is yes. We've brought the Crashing Snow, which is an interesting name of a ship, but it's a pirate name of a ship, so that explains everything. A B-11 super battleship who actually managed to miss the Battle of Kronos. How embarrassed does that have to feel for him? Let's get our electronic countermeasure. It's going to be a one-on-one fight, which is going to be rough on several ways. Great. For all the good Klingons are, a personal combat phaser beats bat'leth. This is true. This is very, very, very true. Let no one deny such facts. And we're going to... What am I looking at? We're going to Launch the missiles. Go into evasive action. Oh, how far back your fighters are, sir. The reason why we're in evasive action is so I can do this. Evasive action off. Okay, actually no, I probably should have kept it on. Evasive action also increases your turn rate, which is awesome. Okay, let the point defense system do its job. Everybody just sit back and relax. Point defense system coming through here, doing its work. Hi, I am within a range of 4 of you. This is going to hurt you a lot, isn't it? Oh, 103 damage. He's probably going to shoot down all of the missiles. But the key thing is here, he didn't shoot down all the missiles. Yep. Really? Wow. Okay. I'm, for one, stunned. Give me more power back to defensive systems. And Photon Torpedo, please get out of the bay. I don't want you anymore. Leave. Another fantastic salvo. Lovely. Photon Torpedo's back to normal mode, so I'm not sapping all of my own precious, precious power. So we've managed to do a pretty decent job at hurting him. His speed is definitely reduced. And he's got pseudo frigates. How cute. More missiles, because they won't get through, but they sure as heck are a wonderful distraction. For another advantage for the standard CA over the fast for plasma races? Yes. Favorite fan-made ship? Honestly, I don't have a huge knowledge of fan-made designs in order to actually make that decision with any sort of meaningful accuracy. I mean, I suppose if you include the Starfleet battleships, then absolutely the Kirov-class battlecruiser. That thing is just gorgeous, especially in its motion picture adaptation version. There we go. Missiles are out. Overload the phasers. We're going to start opening fire just as soon as we can. I'm going to hopefully stun this. And range is there. Hi, I've dealt as much as I can to it at this point, and I'm really hoping... Wow, you should have shot that at me, man. That would have done something terrifying if you had done that to me. For me, it's one of the finalists for the Enterprise F. I'm not super familiar with the Enterprise F. I'm familiar with the Enterprise J, I think I am. The ugly as all hell one. Let's start pulling away, get nice distance away from him. Wow, he hasn't even punched through my shields. And I don't think he's going to survive this missile barrage. I think his AMD is offline. And as are his tractors. Oh, if his fighter squadron doesn't teleport in the next 2 seconds, he's in trouble. Oh, are they going to get there? No. No, they did not. I saw an evasive increased turn rate by making the ship turn into higher turn class, i.e. slower. No, evasive makes you faster at turning. It allows you to maneuver around quicker. It can be quite useful in if you're in a very tight battle. You can post pics, but it's an awesome looking ship. Well, you can throw them up on the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, actually, let me quickly take a pausing moment to generate an invite. There we go. Grab that, come back over here. And drop that down. Yeah, we have a picture channel on the Discord if you want to post it in there. Neutralize the tile, which is always lovely to have. Supply high, 325 plus 21. So we didn't get out of that whole invasion unscathed. Although that last battle we did. We're good on vultures that we never use because the Klingons stack so many AMTs that it's basically suicidal to try and use your vultures. We keep them for the odd opportunity when suddenly we've managed to actually knock out all the enemy defenses and can easily just basically style on them at that point. So, whew, that was nearly 1,000 for that one. Have that back to front. I'm positive that's how it works. I am completely sure. Press that over here. We found another Klingon planet. No! Why? Why this one? Oh, the anomaly mission. Because things just could not be fun. He's a heavy cruiser. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Let's just get under speed. We're never gonna make it to him before all hell breaks loose and systems turn offline, but we can try. Oh, the anomaly mission, why do you exist? This is not a fun mission type for anybody. Anybody! The Odyssey isn't the best. Alright, let's get ready to lob missiles at him at a maximal rate, and with any luck he won't actually have any defense for it. I can't guarantee or promise anything like that, of course, because odds are he's going to be packing 4 AMDs like everybody else at this point in time of the galaxy. We're going to follow up a probe along with some missiles. Oh, there's another ship. Oh, it's a light cruiser. So we're a little bit outnumbered, but... Oh, we're definitely outnumbered. We got 2 light cruisers, a heavy cruiser, and an anomaly mission. This is going to be fun. Let me grab my copy of the manual and see if I can quickly turn to There's an index in here, right? I think there is. It's before the notes on things. Or not. Okay, let's just then find the section on the helms, because that'll be interesting, because we're about to have our engines shut off, and the less I think about it, the happier I'll be. So, that's camera stuff, movement, tactical default, distances. Yeah, one of my favorite things in this manual is like some of the just cheeky little descriptions, like the description for a red maneuver icon right this is, "Yeoman, get me a cup of coffee, this could take a while." Before it actually describes about what's going on. Yeah, he was able to protect himself from that one. Will he protect himself from this one? Because I've got enough missiles to basically throw everything I want to him all day, every day, and have some fun doing it. So, orbit target, normal maneuvering. Come on, there's got to be the section on evasive maneuvering somewhere around here. Here we go. Oh, well, no, apparently it does make it more difficult to turn. I always thought it made us more nimble. But no, it says it makes it more difficult to turn, so it's got to be. Can someone help me? How do I post on the picture channel? You go to the picture channel and you post a picture. That's about the best way that I can describe it. Oh, we got missiles through already. Lovely. Despite his point defense systems, he is failing already. Our photon torpedoes have not yet managed to actually charge, so there is that going for us, or I suppose against us. So, yeah, we're just gonna get shot at a lot. So, yeah, Raider, if you look on the left side, there's a picture channel. Just click on it and then paste your message or press the plus button, and you should be able to put things in the picture menu. I believe. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of experience with Discord, just some. Oh, wait a second. You're... Okay, phew, I thought for a second this was a Romulan ship. He is not. He's a Klingon vessel. This ought to kill him. I love a lunar class like the USS Titan, almost an Akira refit. Akiras are cool, but there's always something weird about the Akira that I've never quite liked. I know that's kind of like heresy, because everybody likes the Akira, clearly, but I've always been a little bit turned off by it. No, don't cover him, don't protect him, let him die. He deserves it, and you know it. Alright, phasers to overload, because our phaser's gonna have to be our primary armament on this one. You know what? Proximity photon torpedoes. If I don't want to shoot these things at all, they've got to go... Never mind, we're too close for that. Pull them a little closer, just a little closer. And now. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, he's dead. Beautiful. Next target. The Akira is very flat. It's like a pancake. At least it's not a steam runner. Although steam runner's cool. The only one that I really don't like from like the Borg... It's like the Borg assault fleet or whatever. The ships that were designed specifically to fight the Borg, of which the Defiant is one of them. I don't like the Norway. Or the not the Norway, the Normandy class. The one with like the split hull like that, it's hideous to me. And you're dead. We have taken even more damage. Now we gotta wait. Put your feet up. It's time to relax. Let the anomaly do its thing. The only thing we can do is launch missiles in a little bit. So we just gotta give it a little bit of time. And as soon as they give me control back of the world, I'll be able to kill it. You know what? Increase the speed time. Wait for it. Oh, he can cloak. Of course he can. Just make my life all the even more miserable. Yeah, the Norway. I don't think it fits the design cues of every other ship in that grouping. It just looks incredibly off-putting. Okay, repairs. Get that stuff back online, please. I need him to decloak so I can shoot at him with all the guns. Oh! Oh, crap. Missiles away. Fire. Engage with long-range missile fire. Which he was able to protect himself from. All stop. Photon torpedoes. Fire! Okay, forward shields are holding. Okay, that was his opportunity to kill me, and he failed until, of course, all systems went offline. Come on, please decloak. Let me shoot you with every single thing that I've got. You're just gonna make my life miserable, aren't you? Oh, I hate you with a passion. With a passion. Hey, it's back online. Come on. Forward ship. Move. Forward vessel. Destroy him. How come I'm constantly taking... There he goes. Hi. All weapons. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't fire all weapons because my photon torpedo's in charge. Alright, we can finally leave this hellish battlefield. That anomaly is the worst thing in this game. It's like it shows up and hi, the fight now has to stop every, say, 60 to 120 seconds. Alright, so successful battle there. That'll reward, yes, 700 prestige, so there is that going for us. And a neutral tile, so that's lovely. So we get to come back home and pay for the repairs, which is the spare parts and the missiles that we spent for basically nothing. Because, you know, on occasion, you're expected to waste your time. And, you know, just in the interest of kind of clearing out the flower that is Kronos, we're going to try and grab that tile. Wow, apparently 2 tiles in a row there were no missions next to. Hello. Flower that is Kronos, I intend to completely clean the enemy away from you so that we have no concerns about that tile flipping back over, because that would be terrible. Battle stations and gorgeous galaxies. Lovely. Overload the systems just in case. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this one just to make sure that we're prepared. Worst comes to worst, we unload the weapon, although I will take my opportunity to normalize that one, save me a little bit of power. And give myself forward shield reinforcement of whatever the heck I can actually possibly manage. He did have it later in the movie, so unless there was a bat'leth on the Enterprise E, the Worf must have had... Well, I would imagine that he does have a battle, that there are bat'leths on the Enterprise E, and if not, they can replicate them. I mean, this is Worf we're talking about. How does Mech HQ work? Complicatedly. Do you like spreadsheets? We got spreadsheets. Actually, as long as we're waiting for this cruiser to show up, I may as well show it off. Actually, no. Maybe later. Maybe at the end of the stream I can show Mech HQ what I see when I'm doing it. Because it's, spreadsheets. Lots and lots of spreadsheets. Although, the way that we're doing it on the Discord right now is basically I play Mech HQ and I ask the people who are involved with it what they want to do, and it gives them opportunities to roleplay whatever they want. So that basically they pick who's your pilot, like who are they, what's their name, what's their call sign, and if you want to give a backstory, that's cool too. And what mech do they like? And then I put them into the game and we run through. And then I run through the missions that Mech HQ does, and then after the mission is complete, I write up a little after-action report for them. And they decide if they want to roleplay anything around that, if they want. It's a little bit of fun. It's cathartic. It was something I did kind of to start, just making the Discord just a little bit more lively, because it was very, very quiet, and I decided that I wanted to be a little bit less quiet. And also allowed me to take a great opportunity to, one, get to know the people on the Discord a little bit better, which is always nice. And also to play Mech HQ, because I hadn't been playing Mech HQ for a couple of months, and I wanted to get back into it. Does it have to be a mech? It doesn't have to be a mech, no. It can be aerospace fighters, vehicles, conventional fighters, VTOLs. Heck, if you want to become a dropship pilot, you could, although you don't get a new dropship. We've already got one. But yeah, it does not have to be a mech. The great thing about Mech HQ is it is the entirety of Battletech Tabletop. So if it's in Battletech Tabletop, then yeah, you get to have it. Alright, so we're squaring off against 3 frigates, and we have a... Is that a Monarch? So we have a Monarch-class battleship with us. So 2 battleships versus 3 frigates. Pick your bets. Who's going to win on this one? No toes. 1, we're not clan. We're inner sphere. And 2, it's not quite to that time period yet, so it doesn't exist. But we are in the year 3030. And I believe we're in May of 3030. Near the Andurian Duchy, for reasons which may reveal themselves in a few months. Alright, so I think we can handle these guys without having to overload anything except the phasers, just because overloading phasers is so much fun. And we will basically annihilate every single one of these people before we actually head onto the listening post. Increase the speed of time. Let's press on forward. Yeah, battle armor isn't going to exist for another 20 or so years, although infantry does, and we actually have three platoons of motorized infantry to act sort of as like search and rescue groups. Can we choose what vehicle we can be in? Yeah, you get to... So, when we were first making it, because we've been playing for about a week now, when we were first making it, it was basically anything you wanted. But if you wanted to join now, let me know what you'd want to join as, and I'll see what we can do. We would definitely have to pay for it, but that's not the worst thing in the world, of course. You are not dead. That's astonishing to me. Okay, now you're dead, which is less astonishing to me. Although I should have realized at the moment that you launched that scatter pack that you were about to die. But yeah, you could choose a vehicle. There's the entire mech list is up there right now in the import, or not the import, somewhere in there. I posted the entire mech list somewhere. And then there is also a vehicle list, which I can look up if you want anything. Better go look at it. Yes, there are quite a few. There is a 100-ton aerospace fighter that I'm trying to remember the name of that I had a ton of fun in. Actually, as long as I'm traveling towards these, I may as well look it up. Space fighter. Boop. Go over there. Because it's huge, it's incredibly powerful, and I loved using it because every time I brought it into a fight, it just kicked the crap out of everything. It's got an AC-20 and a whole bunch of SRM-6s. And I'm really struggling to remember the name on this one. It began with an M. No, it didn't. I'm gonna have to look that up at some point. Although we are starting to actually get close into the fight, so I should actually probably pay attention to the enemy. So let's increase the speed of the ship. Although it looks like Excalibur has this thing pretty well sorted. Although I take that back. Wow, his shields are mostly missing on one side. Oh, not that screen. This screen. Not that screen either. That screen. There we go. That's what we wanted. Photon torpedoes. Yes. Destroying things with photon torpedoes is my favorite thing. And you're probably going to die. Okay. Waste of missiles. Okay, show me that listening post. Let us just go green alert. Green alert. Full power. And maximum speed of time. So now we gotta rush over to the listening post and then rush off the map. So I can continue looking for this aerospace fighter. Oh, what was it called? Because it's fantastic in every single way. Oh, it's, a Reaver? Yes, it's the Reaver. This thing. The Reaver is awesome in all things. It doesn't look like much, but that, well, the picture doesn't look like much. The stats are just like, are you kidding me? Because we had an ace pilot in one of those things who ended up becoming a an AC-20 specialist, and they would just circle over and over on an enemy, just nailing them with AC-20 fire. It was beautiful. It became one of my favorites. Another one that I used a lot in my more personal, private Mech HQ games that I would play was the Lightning, because it also had a single AC-20 on board. I kind of played that one like an A-10 Thunderbolt, because that's kind of what it was. Plasma R's hitting is pretty cathartic. Yeah, but you expect the Plasma R to just butcher anything that it touches. With a Photon Torpedo, it only does 8 damage, so it doesn't normally give you a kill. Normally, a Federation ship kills you with its phasers. So when you kill somebody with a Photon Torpedo, it's like, yes, I have just reenacted Star Trek, the motion picture, well, The Wrath of Khan. I've blown apart part of your ship. Alright, oh wow, already, so tile neutralized. Let's get the pressure going on immediately. We're gonna, the Hydrant's coming in, taking territory we don't want them to take. I'm grabbing holding action because I can't stand the shipyard assault. To me, the worst missions go anomaly, shipyard assault. And then from there, it's, I don't know. We got a K-5D, and a freighter, and a frigate, and we have a Monarch-class battleship carrier called the Zenith. Can the group pay 6.1 million C-bills? I believe we can. Although, that does get tight really quick. Why? What's 6.1 million C-bills? That's not the Reaver, is it? I didn't actually check the price on that when I put it up. Maybe, oh, it is. The Reaver is 6.1 million C-bills. Yup. I'm gonna fight this D5D, and we're gonna beat the crap out of him. Yeah, we could afford that. That'd be a little bit tight on the budget, and we'd probably have to throw a couple of things out of the airlock, because moving things around. Because we only have so much room in our dropship. Although we are currently on contract, so that's not a huge concern, just a minor one. So that gunboat, if a Monarch-class battleship carrier cannot take out a single gunboat, then I don't want to know what's currently going on with the AI. But we should be able to knock this guy out in basically one pass with heavy weapons. Really could probably do with phasers alone. He's not exactly the most impressive looking ship ever. Oh, how cute. Oh, how dead. Hi, fighters. I know you came to support me on this one, but... Wow, really? You still haven't killed the gunboat? How have you not killed that gunboat? I didn't need to get involved. Thank you. Okay, so we've taken care of that. And this, hopefully, will actually grab the tile. And if that grabs the tile, that may actually be it for Klingon planets on this one. The one thing about the Reaver, though, is it's huge and it's heavy. So if you're looking to be like a nimble starfighter pilot, that is not the place to go. The place to go for that is the Corsair. Corsairs are awesome. It doesn't look like much, but the weapons system pretty deadly. Yes, they are. Terrifyingly so. You just spam SRMs and things. Instant death for any vehicle that you happen to run across just because you're gonna crit him into the ground. It's beautiful. And the AC-20 means that a mech is just devastatingly annihilated from it. The only difficulty, though, is you gotta have a good enough pilot, because using aerofighters within atmosphere inside of normal maps, if you're not a good pilot, you're crashing into the ground, and that gets pretty rough. But they are quite impressive. So, by scanning this listening post, we may have actually captured a planet, and I will take that as a nice consolation prize for what they did to us over Kronos. So we'll be able to grab this. Grabbing the primary planet of their empire was very nice. And a secondary planet so soon. Oh, we're just cutting our way right through the Klingon Empire. I believe there's another planet just across the Empire over towards the galactic western side of the map. We're going to have to go take a peek, although a battleship just cruising through Klingon territory is a very devastating piece of equipment. Oh, it didn't give it to us. Lame. Okay, make me fight the shipyard assault. I was trying to avoid it, but the game was like, no, you have a job to do, now go do it. Fine. Let's go Red Alert and kick some butt. Oh, but at least the game was nice and gave us the Vizier and the Hurdle. Hurdle is such a bad name for a ship. I'm sorry, it is. And we're squaring off against a single PT. I'm gonna maximize the speed of time, because I think we got this one sorted. Maybe not, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we got this. Probes. Go probes. Thank you. Yeah, we got this. Forward shield reinforcement, please. Thank you. And electronic countermeasure to maximum electronic countermeasure, because the siege is going to begin very shortly. Overload the phasers. I do anticipate he will not survive what's about to happen to him. 3, 2, 1, and die. Lovely. Alright, on to the Stardock. So we're just going to cruise on over there and break into it. Oh, now this is tedious. See, a Stardock mission can be irritating because you go between the one to the other to the other. Are you keeping up? Oh, wow. So they're actually keeping up with us for once. I may have spoken too soon, but it looks like the Hydrids are actually engaging the Stardocks instead of, you know, wandering out in the middle of nowhere. LFRDs, so they're Lyran Stardocks, which means they have expanding sphere generators, which makes them mostly useless. You're dead. You haven't even realized it yet, but you're dead. I may be able to do this one pass. Hello! Ooh, forward shield, almost gone. I got a little bit cocky on that one, I will admit. On to the next one. We must protect the forward shield, so that means not getting too close. And also, you know, slowing down so we actually have some sort of power in the defense. Okay, so you've used your expanding sphere generator. What now? Missiles didn't quite have the effect I was hoping for, but we're working on it. There goes another one. On to the last one. Okay, it looks like they got lost along the way and decided that the best idea was to start sieging with fusion cannons, which, I gotta say, not quite positive that's a great move. Lob some missiles, see what ends up happening. Lobbing missiles is generally a great solution to pretty much any problem you may ever have, in case you're ever wondering. Should be able to knock this out without too much trouble. And then that should grab the tile, because 2 missions on top of a gray map should be a relatively easy pickup. The shipyard is no more, and we should be able to make use of this. So tell me. 450 prestige and tile. Lovely. Okay, what's left of the Klingon Empire? Yeah, we've basically cored them out at this point. Oh, there might be a planet down here, but no, I think we're down to just stations. So we basically stabbed into the bottom of the Empire and just cut upwards. So the Klingon Empire is now a hollow shell of its former self. We'll take the patrol. See if we can't get a little more. We may actually be able to wipe them out this stream. Although that looked fairly large and dangerous. So maybe not. Overload. Electronic countermeasure. As well as the forward shield. Get the whole ship rigged for war. And maximize speed time. So let's find out who it is we're about to fight. Normal mode. Oh, you look like a B-11 battleship, maybe a B-10. Yeah, you're a B-10, okay. So we can take you. We know the solution to fighting B-10 battleships, and it is dogged persistence and continual firepower. And also, you know, a massive stacking of heavy photon torpedoes. If we had them. Oh, I want to take heavy photon torpedoes and put them onto a Federation battleship. I think that would be a fantastic idea. I would be willing to lose my aft photon torpedo and 2 photon torpedo mounts. So, actually, no, that would give me the same firepower as an XCA, which is a little bit low for a battleship. Alright, so it's time to get involved. Hi, missiles. You're about to enjoy this. Or not, as the case may be. Because I think this is going to be... Yep, you're reacting to them. You're about to stop. You're crashing, and your speed is 0, and my point defense system will have no major problems taking you down. Now the question becomes, and I'm going to take it.
High energy turn.
Let's see if we can't be greedy on this one. Oh! Mistakes were made. That's not good. That is very, very not good. So yeah, we rolled the dice. We had a 2/3 chance of making things happen. That was a Space Marine roll right there, and the whole ship turned off. Oops. What did you people do in engineering? Oh, come on. I gotta get the missiles away. He's just used a scatter pack. He doesn't have any defenses aside from his massive amount of point defense systems. Come on. Come back to me. Come back to me now. Okay, point defense systems are back in line. Just in time. So we'll get the missiles away. We'll start shooting everything we can because we've got to basically fight our way back from what is essentially a surprise reverse level of being screwed. So this, and actually I want the Gatling phaser back soon because Gatling phasers are great and very, very powerful and important. Time for exploding consoles. Oh, the console is very much exploded. We've lost 2 of our shields already. Although we managed to do a pretty decent amount of damage back to him. And almost knocked out his forward shield, which is a very important shield indeed. Come around, give me phasers. Oh, point blank range missiles. Where's my point defense system? I'm not sure what happened to my point defense system, but it decided not to shoot. So that's painful. Get that repair going on here. There goes our missiles. Hey, repair crews. Where's my AMD? Why did it not fire? And let's go over here. Shoot them down, please. I require my flanks to be cleaned, because it's kind of important at the point. We've knocked him down to half of his AMDs, so there is that going for us. Another salvo might actually be able to get some decent amount of firepower going on here. Well, I would like to get up to speed sometime soon. Okay, lovely. Can shut that off. Phasers, back to overload. Missile launchers are about to come back online. And our phaser capacitor is basically zeroed. Oh, because I zeroed it. Yeah, I zeroed it in preparation for our Gatling phasers shooting at things that were useless. Alright, let's see what he's going to do. Are you currently not functional? No, it's there. Okay, I was a little bit hopeful. Although... damage to his shields. Lovely. Okay, so we're coming back around. Small flame over the comma. Small? I think you need your eyes checked at this point. I don't need the AMD. I really don't. I'd love to have it, but I can't afford to bother with it. So we'll get another salvo of missiles going on in relatively short order. I'd love to get my fighters out on top of this one, but I want to make sure that I've got him dealt with in terms of his AMD. So Marines, hit and run. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Blow them apart. Okay, fighters, time to rock and roll. So we're going to send our squadrons out at him. Hopefully he's not shooting at my fighter squadrons, because I just deployed them, and that would suck greatly. We need to get some repairs going on here. Come on, vultures. Time to win the war. Okay, we got some distance going on from him. And their photon torpedoes just laying into him with such firepower and ferocity. I'm loving it. Let's call him home, so that when he explodes, they won't necessarily die. More fire. And that'll be the last missile salvo. Come on, guys, you need to teleport, otherwise you're gonna die. Yeah, you're gonna die. Unless you can get away from him in very short order. Oh, cool. They didn't die. That worked out. Alright, so we're alive on that one. That was close. We basically gave them an entire 2 turns to shoot at us as they desired, and they did a lot of damage, but in the end, able to come around on that one and knock them right on back. And we have our own little planet here for a little bit of a resupply, so 400... oh wow, a lot of repairs going on in here. And a glitch. That's unfortunate. I need some repair time for that one. Fighters are back up to full strength because they teleport back in at the end of the mission, and if they're back in, they're back to full health, which is lovely. Get ourselves up to spare parts, get ourselves up on Marines, who did a fantastic job of wiping out the point defense system. Once that point defense system was down, it was over. I'm not taking the base assault because I want to steal the tile. Or I want to steal the starbase on the tile, which is the more important thing, of course. Because if I can grab that, then we can just continue our economic glory and victory in all things. Let's see here. You know what, let's just go for the full standard. As if we're... Yeah, so our AMD didn't end up getting fixed. Spending all that cash on it and didn't manage to get anything from it. So we'll get the AMD patched up. That'll work out quite nicely for us, and we should have a relatively simple time with this one. Because by the time that the AMD is ready to go, we should finally be actually operating towards the enemy. Increase the speed of time. And there's our target. How lovely. Are you another B10? No, you're a B11. Okay, you're playing no games. So we start this fight with, I believe, no armor, and we get to fight a B11. So, things that we can do to secure victory. One is to go to proximity mode, which frees up a ton of power. Which is, you know, it kind of sucks. I'd like to have all the power for everything else that I'd like to do, but it does let me do a lot of high-speed stuff. And for that, I can do that. Got a hit on that one. I need to charge up systems. So we'll start pulling away. And a photon torpedo. Ooh, 2 good hits on there. We're going to start whittling away at him. We're going to operate from a maximum range at this point because that's a safer option other than trying to, you know, kill him. Get some distance going now that our forward photon torpedoes are fully charged. That'll give us an opportunity to sort of come back around. Hopefully plink a couple of shots into him. Come on, show me your bow, show me your bow. There we go. Not terrible at all. Come away. 2 more good hits. We'll take this opportunity to sprint far from him. Build up the range. This does restrict the number of photon torpedoes we can charge. I do need to have that aft shield replaced because it's becoming a bit of a problem. He's at a range of 30 and he did enough damage to knock it down from yellow to red. That tells you just how many phasers he has. So keep on passing through. Here, have some missiles. This will promote him to stop, and that'll give me some opportunity to protect my ship. Because I want some distance going on here again. Hi, phasers. Just let the phasers go do your work. Okay, I think he's heading back on home. You, on the other hand, have decided to pursue. Point defense system, please engage. There we go. Okay, we got that fighter squadron in its entirety. Oh, wait, actually, well, we'll target him on our way back. Ooh, our photon torpedoes were not charging because we were not charging the phasers. Of course. That makes sense. That makes too much sense. And so we're just going to keep the range going. I don't want to get too close to him just yet. I would prefer not to hurt myself too badly. Because I want to basically whittle down that forward shield entirely, leave it open for a follow-up strike. And for that, I need him to not be that close. Alright, there goes his forward shield. Hey, have some of that. A little bit of that too. Okay, he's lost another shield, although we have lost our most important shield, which is our aft shield. Because now we're vulnerable to getting shot at as we try and run away. Which is a bit of a problem. Point defense system, we're gonna go kill this guy again. Just need to build out the distance here. Okay, lovely. So we've dealt with all of his fighters at this point. I can slow down a little bit. Try and get more repairs going on here. Okay, we may not have a chance to run anymore. We may be now committed to an actual fight on this one. So we're going to slow down a little bit more. Let him blast away lightly into my shields, and we'll slow down the speed of time so we can actually do this one properly. Alright, forward shields. Reinforce the forward, because we're about to actually get into the crunch here. Photon torpedoes set to normal mode. We're actually going to come in here and try and beat him open. So, phasers are overloaded. Yep. Photon torpedoes are normal. Missiles are ready for a nice good old-fashioned barrage. And wait for it. Now. Alright, so 6 photon torpedoes managed to hit on that one. Knocked out his shield. Fairly decent amount of other weapons got through. He did manage to deal with every single one of our missiles, which is unfortunate. And I don't want to show him that stern, but I may not have much of a choice. Actually, Marines, hi. Kill that. Yeah, I know. I opened myself up to that, but that was well worth it. Let's see if I can't come completely around on this one. And drop a mine. Good. Hits on through, and my missiles should clear the deck before that happens. We didn't actually kill it all. We only managed to damage some of his AMD, which I don't think is going to be enough, especially not on the stern chase. Yeah, he managed to take all those down. We got to deal with that. Okay, point defense, not quite able to handle it, but our Gatling phasers were. But now we're on his turn, so that works out okay. Slow down a little bit. I want to keep right back here and work with him so that I can just start nailing him from behind. Keep the repairs going on. Should actually be in proximity range, right? Yes, we are. So point blank range proximity shots. Not point blank range, actually, but for proximities, that was about the limit of what they can do. Otherwise, they don't shoot any closer. Okay, more incoming fire. Wait a second, was that? I don't need G-Force experience right now. He's launched a scatter pack. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. It's probably not going to get through, but I can try. If nothing else, this could soak up some fire. And he has taken some pretty serious damage here. Photon torpedoes, they are set to normal mode. We're within range. I want to get within a range of 5 before I open fire with my phasers. Okay, so we have run his AMD dry. It's on the reload. So get me within my range of 5 and we'll basically cycle out another salvo. There we go. That'll do. And missiles. And if this doesn't prompt a wild weasel response, I'll be very surprised. Because it would make too much sense. Because he's got no defense on this one. Oh, do you not have a shuttle bay? He's got to be out of shuttles. Otherwise, because he just took the... Wow.
Target eliminated.
Thank you, Marine teams, for informing me that the AMD is no longer online. Lovely. So, we must have bled him dry on shuttles. I'm actually really surprised. So, that was what? 1 scatter pack and 2 wild weasels? That wasn't terrible at all. Alright, let's go back to the planet and get ourselves all topped off. Only 85 damage, plus the 21, so that's not terrible. And a little bit of everything got used from our miscellaneous category. We actually even used a mine. It proved to be useful, as mines often do. Fighters we don't use because they will die too quickly to that sort of firepower. This really kind of is a shame. Maybe I should switch to something that fires missiles. That might be the better mine setup, or a better fighter setup. Something that is well equipped for missile assault. Gonna have to look up the Federation fighters, see which ones those are, because thickening up the salvo may help a bit, and also that'll keep him out of range of the actual engagement going on. Alright, so let us red alert and slowly increase speed as we set up the entirety of the ship for actual combat. Get the forward shields, maximal reinforcement, and somewhere out there, hi, it's you again. You're a C-10, okay, so you are 2 orders of magnitude smaller than that B-11. Which doesn't mean you're a pushover by any stretch of the imagination, but you're not a B-11. I'm sorry, you're not on that level. He's packing a fairly decent amount of drones, and there's his AMD. So, Marines, hi, focus on that. Attack when I tell you. So, yeah, significantly less in terms of point defense systems, so we should be able to or not in terms of the AMD, but in terms of his offensive phaser armament, I suppose. So not really point defense systems, but we'll work on that as we move forward. Photon torpedoes are overload. They're ready to go. Alright, let's give him some of that. Because that will... Oh, wow. Really? You gave that to me? He just gave that to me. He gave me the easy side shot. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, that was pretty decent. Defensive tractors are on. They were not needed. Follow-up missile. Oh, that'll kill all my missiles right there. That's unfortunate. But my phasers are about to come online. Yes, more phaser. More phasers. If you keep doing that, we're just gonna go round and round, because I don't care. That actually hurt a lot. Okay, Marines. That's the opportunity we were looking for. The shield is down. Commence attack. Oh, you managed to turn in time. Good coverage on that one. Gotta give you credit for it. No missiles. There we go. Looks like, yeah, we completely wiped it out. Okay, so defensive tractors are online. And our missiles are free to engage. Because he has no more. All he's got left is his shuttle bay. Oh, what? I don't know what happened there, but I'm not going to complain, because that worked out very much in our favor. Okay, for some reason or another, he crashed. It looked like he crashed out for a shuttle. We didn't hit him with anything to stun the shuttle bay to keep it offline, but apparently he just got through. So that works out quite nicely. We will take another quick Not a shipyard. I need a supply yard. Patch. All the patching. Missiles, please. All of the missiles. She's not terrible at that. Romulan sabotage. Yes, indeed. The Romulans were working against them on this one, clearly. And a decent number of Marines issued to, well, save everything. I do want to come back down here to basically just grab this tile just so that we have it. Keep the Hydrons from stealing anything else. It's not fair that the Hydrons are stealing my territory. I desire to have it all for myself.
Red alert.
So let us red alert and, well, basically do the exact same thing we've been doing for the past couple of fights because they keep sending B-11s at us. B-11s, C-10s, B-10s. It's getting to be a little bit ridiculous. But I suppose that's what happens when you're playing at the very end of the late game. You have all the heavy firepower that you could ever want at your fingertips, and of course, so does the enemy, despite the fact that you've taken away pretty much all their ability to actually build large ships. Hi, you're a B-11. Yep, you are. Proximity photon torpedoes. We're going to operate at range. I don't want to get too close to them. I really don't want to get close to them. So there is that. Pass within a range of 55 and start to engage. And shield reinforcement on the stern, please, because we're going to be turning away in relatively short order. Yet he's going to be able to plink at us from maximum range. Hey, we got a hit. Lovely. Turn away. Time to run. Time to get the distance going. And in the meantime... Ooh, got another hit. So we're going to just drag this fight out as long as we can. Increase the speed. Just run away. He's trying to alpha strike his way through. Which we're going to hopefully attempt to prevent. He's traveling faster than me. He shouldn't be traveling faster than me. Alright, looks like we're going to have to get the photon torpedoes back involved as we come back around. Give me a fairly decent shot here. Hi, play with that. That's what I thought. Just don't go away. Aft shield is not quite able to handle the power it needs. And we're going to lose it soon, which is very unfortunate because he's just able to pour fire on. That's the biggest terrifying thing about this B-11, is the amount of fire he can just continually dish out. Because we're at a distance right now of 32, and he's getting accurate disruptor and phaser fire on target. Which is more than a little disconcerting, so we're going to have to come back around, get ready to re-engage him. If you don't mind point defense system, please start to shoot now. Thank you. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hi! Okay, so we killed all of his fighters. There's that going for us. Photon torpedoes. Haven't quite got the result that I want, but I have more missiles, and unfortunately I'm disengaging on the exact same side, which is going to be a little bit of a painful experience, I'm sure, as he just knives through all of our shielding. He just does not care. Easily able to just rip right on through it. That's what separates the B-11 from every other battleship. It just has a ridiculous amount of continuous firepower that stretches out to longer range. Like, it's terrifying, the amount of strength that he actually has compared to basically us. I may have to actually even shut off a couple of our photon torpedoes, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep the photon torpedoes running as much as I possibly can. But I can't come in for sort of light plinking barrages like we normally would, because we're at a distance of 18, and he managed to weaken our shields pretty severely. Deserves a number 2? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Now, if we had the ability to cloak, we could probably dance all around him. Start to slow down, get really tight with him, because we're going to have to. Photon torpedoes set to normal mode, although they're not going to be ready in time. It's going to be a phaser pass, and I need more power in that forward shield. Because we're about to take a really nasty hit. I don't care about you, because you're not important. I'm anticipating a crash stop out of him, because that was a point-blank range. Okay, that did not go quite nearly as well as I had been hoping for. Okay, and then you drop the mine. We're gonna risk it. It's a 50% here. God darn it. I think we just lost the ship. I gambled on a 50 and it did not work. Oh, the ship's intact. I don't know how it's intact, but it's intact. Hi, Marines. The following systems need to be dead. That. And fighters, the following things need to be launched. I know, it sucks. You're about to be murdered by his point defense system, but I've got to get something going, and if I keep that distracted on you, then I can launch missiles into him. Oh, my Gatling phasers is just doing work on this one. Come on, get in close. Get in tighter than that. Yeah, we've got damage reports all over the ship, but that's to be expected, as the ship basically took a very viciously badly hit. Get some repairs going on that one. We don't have much of a ship left, I'm completely honest. We're down to about 50% power, which is a little bit painful to actually try and work with. I'm not sure I can beat him at this point. We've burned our phaser capacitor basically dry. We don't have enough power to really get anything going at this point. He's finished off our fighters. And point defense, you're my only hope. Oh, I have trackers. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! We did not deserve to win that. But we did. Oh, the Marines at the last second there with the clutch save. Darting in, knocking out the AMD, opening up that opportunity for the missiles. That was gorgeous. Good job. Oh, glitch again. No, he didn't overwhelm it. We had the Marines take it out. He still had it up until the point where our Marines boarded him and just annihilated everything. And then the missiles came up and it was like perfect opportunity. Oh, so many Marines used for that one. The vultures too. Poor vultures. Alright, what else we got? So vultures, missiles need to be restocked. And okay, so that's another tile taken. We've got the whole flower around Kronos. It is ours. We need to knock out these ones just so we don't have to come back this way before we head back south. So let's head over in this direction. Can you please stop sending battleships towards us? Battleship fights are continually difficult, and I'd like to actually finish this campaign today.
Red alert.
That way we can finish both our stream campaign and our regular campaign basically at the same time. Alright, so overload the weapon systems, even though it's probably B11, and thus will take away my ability to play that overloaded weapon system game. Fix that AMD, please. For some reason, it constantly gets broken and doesn't come back. You are not a B11 battleship. You are a dreadnought. You're a C-10. Okay, so we can take a C-10. We can take a C-10 at close range. So let's go prep ourselves for proper point-blank range combat. The pointest of blankest of ranges. And our missiles ought to be able to overwhelm him. Yeah, we are 0 for 2 so far with high energy turns, which I don't normally try and make high energy turns in battleships, but I've been trying to make it work because it would give us a significant advantage. You only have a 50% chance of making it happen, though. Alright, stop, please. That's what I expected. So now we get to come basically right on top of you. We're going to slow right on down. Wait for everything. 3, 2, 1, now! Oh, there goes away most of his shielding. And now we'll come around for the Gatling phasers. Come on, Gatling phasers. There we go. Actually, no, they didn't engage. They must have already been fighting. And last couple of shots. Now, that's the way you execute an opening maneuver. So we've ripped away 3 of his shields. We've done, I think, over 200 damage to him at this point. And he responds with a missile barrage. Okay. We have something similar we can respond with. We've only knocked out 1 of his AMDs, though, so that actually won't be effective at all. So we'll just continue the engagement. Oh, wait, never mind. He used the scatterback. I've got to try and take this opportunity. It probably won't work because he is heading away and he still has 3 AMDs, which should be able to handle 9 missiles without too much trouble. But he has no opportunity to actually launch a Wild Weasel, so we've got to give it a chance. There's got to be a chance that it'll be easy. And a single missile gets through the AMD net, but does get held up on his point defense tractor beams. One of our photon torpedoes is about to be ready. I'm just going to use the phasers, though. And we'll turn away, see if we can't cover our forward shield. There we go. I think we've mostly got him sorted. His speed is continually dropping. That was not necessary. There we go. Target destroyed. Didn't manage to penetrate our shields this time. So you see, if we fight a ship that is 2 tiers below us, we can absolutely take them without dying. Although I would very much like to just send spies and saboteurs towards any Klingon dockyard that has AMDs, because that is the thing that is most stressing our forces. Empire defense is down to 4. Tile up over here, tile up over here. There we go. And we're going to pop up over here. Say hi to a patrol. Whole bunch of patrols. Over and over. Oh, Klingon forces. You know, I'm almost tempted to take the Gorn campaign and send them against Klingon space just so that I don't have to deal with the fact that their AMDs are useful, because AMDs can't shoot at pseudo frigates, and they also can't shoot at plasma torpedoes. So, if we were to send a Gorn ship here, they would basically not care about 90% of the Klingon defenses. But I haven't decided who we're actually going to fight against as the Gorn. We will find out probably tomorrow. Maybe not even tomorrow. We may spend just a couple of missions inside friendly territory. Ah, there we are. It's a heavy cruiser. Lovely. It's a DX, so a slightly modified D7 with a little bit better power generation and a couple of, well, a bunch of X-type phasers. I also believe he will have a fairly significant AMD, but that's just a guess on my part. A guess that we can test. Oh, he's only got 2. Huh. This may be a bit too much for him to handle then. And we've got our second missile barrage ready for the follow-up. And follow-up missile barrage. Hello. Not perfectly timed, but gosh darn close to it. Oh, wow, you actually managed to cut through my shield. Die, please. That was not cool. I was hoping to get through this entire thing without actually taking any real damage. Instead, he managed to open me up and actually deal some serious damage. Alright, phasers. Let's just eliminate this thing. I'm just gonna use phasers for him because I don't need to waste anything else. There we go. So let that be a lesson. Never underestimate heavy cruisers, as they are dangerous. Okay. Just more pressure to put on. Continual pressure, and we will break them, I am sure of it. 218, neutral tile, pop back down here, mission, scouting mission. So we don't even have to fight the enemy if we don't want to, we can just run away. Worst comes to worst, there's no need to actually engage. Oh, we're gonna engage though. We are gonna engage. Phasers to overload. And increase the speed of time. Increase the speed of the ship. Increase the forward shield, because that's all we're gonna need. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be brilliant. He's not gonna know what hit him. Gonna use that setting because that has no missiles on board, and I shouldn't need missiles for this one. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. And we will prepare to boldly go where no one has gone before by scanning the crap out of him, and then hopefully, you know, destroying the crap out of him. Fleet screen tells us that he is a HF5VX, which means he is some sort of heavy war destroyer carrier. Let's start scanning. All weapons select. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Scanned them and then basically annihilated them mid-scan. I was a little bit concerned there for a moment. But then we actually managed to complete the scan before we killed him. 320 prestige is our reward. Tile is neutralized. Lovely. Come over here for a planet. What's the Empire defense of this planet? It is 38. No, thank you. Apparently I have to take it, though. So we're bombarding a neutral planet, which is always a grand thing to do. So there is that. 2320 is the year. Hi! I didn't sign up for this crap. At least we brought a Monarch-class battleship carrier for us, so there's that working, so we can actually go towards him. Although it is a PLPH, so this is going to be a full knockdown, drag-out fight over basically neutral territory on a tile that we're not going to flip. So that sucks. But hey, I suppose the Klingons needed to put their B-11 battleships somewhere, if they didn't have any plans of their own to defend anymore. Let's make sure how much power I got. I have none. Now I have power. Lovely. Photon torpedoes are a charging. Just a bare minimum on the forward shield right now just to defend ourselves. I'm going to slip in behind this guy. Let the Celerity do the heavy lifting for us. He is, after all, a Monarch-class battleship. We can tell he's a battleship and not a battleship carrier, not just because his tag says it, but also because he has this twin-mounted hellbore in the back for no reason at all. It's a terrible weapon mount. It's absolutely horrific compared to the battleship carrier version, which mounts an additional 8 fighters in that location, which is amazing. Okay, so I want the Celerity to go first, because basically I can follow up with just a ridiculous amount of firepower. Oh, lovely, he's already cut through the shields. And let us do our cut through the shields as well. Ooh, his fighters managed to execute a missile barrage on us, but we are okay so far. And he is having a very bad day. These missiles may not end up reaching him. I mean, they probably will, but there's always that chance that nothing happens. And your point defense system does not exist, but your wild weasels do. But I had another salvo right on the heels of that one. Lovely. See, that's what happens when you work with your friends. You can just rely on them to do the heavy lifting. Photon torpedoes proximity mode, and we'll engage as we range. Free up all that power for all that additional speed that we could ever want, as we'll just continue to blast him until he's nothing. So maximum range of a photon torpedo set to proximity mode is 55, so we do have to close just a little bit closer before we can actually get anything done with them. But once we're there, it's just a nice, easy, continuous annihilation assault. 55, there we go. Start getting the fire going down. It takes a little bit of work to actually finally cut through the defenses, but we will be able to do it. We know that we can do it because we've done it many times in the past, although lately we have had a lot of help from Monarch-class battleship carriers. It's a lot of fun to have them along, but although it has spoiled us a little bit when it comes to viewing Federation siege tactics. And any of those going to get through? Not quite, doesn't look like, but a fallout barrage might be able to pull something off. And we have actually already managed to cut through his main shield. And the missiles get through. Lovely, just start shooting everything. We have reached the point where just a continuous barrage will be the name of the game. And his shields are mostly gone. How many Marines does he have left? He's already down to 2. Lovely. Get us within range. And we should be able to take this out in short order. More phasers. And send over the Marines. Lovely. Alright, I'll stop. Wait for the planet so our Marines can do their job capturing everything down there. And then we can move on to try and finish off that, steal that tile with the starbase on it. Both for economic gain and just a little bit of extra Empire defense. I don't think we're going to actually be able to finish off the campaign today. Just judging by the normal competition that we've been fighting lately, where it's just B11 after B11 after B11, I don't quite think we're going to be able to pull it off. Surprised reversed, I can take that. That's not too much of a problem. Surprise reversed will allow us to dip in real quick, annihilate everybody, get out, hopefully grab the tile. Although it does look like we are fighting pirates on this one, so not the ideal choice of people that we want to be surprising the reverse. How much power do I have? For free. There we go. Maximize the speed of time. So we're looking at a heavy cruiser and a whole bunch of frigates. Yes, indeed. Yep, wait for it. Wait for the phase capacitor to fully charge, and that frees up a ton of power that we can just shove into the rest of the ship. Well, mostly into the movement systems on the ship. So this, yep, that'll be good. And then we can free up the rest of the power for all speed ahead. And also make sure that we take this opportunity to reinforce the forward shield. A little bit of additional power is always helpful. And let's check to see if any of these guys are actually packing things like D-type plasma torpedoes, because if they're not, I can launch my fighters to go actually try and deal with them, and, you know, actually let the fighters do something for once. You don't. Lovely. Okay, so vultures, go kill. Launch. Lovely. The vultures should be able to take him on. We should be able to take him on, make sure that the phasers are set to overload, and then we're just going to come in here and wipe him out, hopefully before he gets anywhere near our fighters, because he does have 4 D-type plasma torpedoes, and that would hurt a lot. So down, forward shield. Good, he's dead. Next target has nothing, has D-type plasma torpedoes, has D-type plasma torpedoes. Okay, come home. Return to us. Because I am a little bit worried about, you know, those D-type plasma torpedoes actually doing a great deal of damage to him. Guys, get home. Don't fly towards him. He's much... I swear, if you die because of that, I'm going to be several levels of irritated. Okay, good. He got back on board. Just in time. So, our phasers should be basically all that we need to kill this guy. I mean, we could use the missiles. In fact, we will. Just to see if we can't finish him off in short order on this one. Wow. He took care of 8 of those before he ended up failing on that one. Well, we do need to think about what race we're going to be playing next, but it's going to be a little while before that happens. I really don't think we're going to finish today. We've only got another 30 minutes or so, and we've got quite a few stations to take. And if it's a whole bunch of B11s, that's going to take forever. So let's pop over here, keep the pressure going. Surprise reversed. I'm on board with that. Keeps our people alive, keeps the risk to a minimum, and also keeps the speed of advance to a maximum. So, hello, we've got a frigate. Oh no, there was a light cruiser in there, so we will target the light cruiser, which... Oh, you're House of Korgath because you're pirates. So that's how you can tell. Get our speed up as quickly as we go. Because we want to get on top of them before they turn on. Because if you don't get on this quick enough, they will turn back on. And once that happens, then it's pain. Because then you actually have to engage them and duel with them on equal footing. And depending on what the enemy force actually is, really will change up just how devastatingly difficult that's going to be. Or not, as the case may be. You are a G2, you're a gunboat. Do you have any sort of point defense system? And I can see you do have a single AMD. You are going to die very, very quickly. You have an AMD, you have an AMD. Yeah, so I'm not launching my fighters into this. Not no way, not no how. Overload, point blank range. Lovely. Next target. Spam him with all the missiles we've got, because I think we can take him out. And also, you know, if we get a phaser follow-up, that might do something. Wait for it. He's shot down 2 missiles so far. You got that one. Lovely. On to the next one. All weapons. Photon torpedoes. Alright, so we're doing fairly decently so far. Managed to take out 3 ships with basically only 1 recycle of the phasers. Or maybe a couple of recycles of the phasers. And we'll just use them to systematically wipe out the little tiny gunboats and escorts left. Because the primary targets have already been eliminated. Easy peasy. Alrighty, I don't know if that'll neutralize the tile. I have hope that it will, just because if it neutralizes the tile, we should have a somewhat easy time of going through this over and over. So there's that working for us. 300 prestige did not. Okay, so we got to come back up here, recenter the view a little bit. So Empire Defense is 10. Okay, so that's actually going to take a little bit of effort to knock down. Not sure why it's on an Empire Defense of 10, but it is certainly there. If we cut this one apart, though, then we're down to like 3 more stations, I believe. And I don't think they have any more planets. They might, but I really don't think they have them. So we will set ourselves up for all kinds of combat systems. Forward shield reinforced to the maximum. There we go. And we'll chug on along. As soon as we can prepare for it. Somewhere there will be the enemy that we can knock out. Somewhere. Out there. Beneath the starry sky. Oh, there he is. It's a heavy cruiser. Okay, so we mustn't underestimate the heavy cruisers, even though it is a DX6, which is not exactly what I'd call the most amazing cruiser, but we mustn't underestimate them, because the last time we fought a heavy cruiser, we actually lost one of our shields, which was rather painful, because he did a pretty decent amount of damage to us. So you can't just ignore an enemy, because they're all reasonably dangerous in their own right. A properly handled heavy cruiser will kill a battleship. We've done it ourselves. I mean, we've taken out dreadnoughts with frigates before, so it's not an impossible task by any stretch of the imagination to expect a D6 to be able to take on a Federation battleship. Player controlled versus, you know, AI, of course, but that's just because the AI is a little bit slow. So point defense systems, I hope we can handle this. And misses. Didn't need the missiles. So able to alpha strike him, shatter the vehicle entirely. I was about to say mech, but no, it's a starship. Very much starship. So probably targeted right at the base of the neck and tore the whole thing apart. It was beautiful on all levels. Wait for the dust to clear. 156 prestige is our reward, and this tile is holding out, as to be expected. It's Empire Defense of 10. Pop over here for another patrol. Keep the pressure going as much as we can. Try and force the enemy down before they can stop us. More House of Korgath ships. We'll overload. We'll overload to be prepared for the worst. We can actually travel at a speed of 1 while overloading all systems. How wonderful is that? Force the forward shield. Electronic countermeasures. Electronic countermeasures can save you quite a bit of damage because it not only reduces the accuracy of the enemy, it also reduces their damage, which can be pretty ridiculously good. According to the fleet screen, we're swearing off, and it's another D6. It's a D6 DXM. So this is a MIRV missile launcher equipped drone cruiser. So that shouldn't be the most ridiculous thing we've ever fought. So we got, what, 6 in total, so 11 missiles. Yeah, we should be able to take that. I mean, we know that 4 will take on 9, although we are traveling towards the target, but slowing down a little bit may help slightly. So let's speed of time. Alright, one of these things is not like the other. Oh, did you throw in a scatter pack to go with that? Oh, please tell me you did. You did. You're dead. Never mind, you're not dead. Holy crap. How did you not die? That should not be the case. Get that photon torpedo on the stern. Okay. Okay, that was all that was required. We just need to do a little bit more damage to knock out his tractor beam. But yeah, that AMD was a little bit more effective than I thought it was going to be. So truly, he didn't actually need to save that for a while, Weasel, and the scatter pack was the right move. Although, I am questioning whether or not he was able to control all that. Still, that would have been 17 missiles, which is not insignificant at all. Back over here. Oh, it's a must-take base assault, so we're going to have to break it. Unless, of course, it's a very, very large and powerful starbase. But if it's not... it's a very, very large and powerful starship. I saw it. Unselect you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to overload everything. I'm going to increase the speed to 1. I'm going to increase the speed of time, but more importantly, I'm going to fire this probe past him. Because depending on what this starbase is really going to determine whether or not I'm going to bother. Oh crap, it's a B-11. I don't think we're going to be here. Can I run away and get a new mission? I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to fight this anyway. Just looking at the starbase. Yeah, screw that. We're not fighting this. We are very much not fighting this. Turn around! Run away! We're going to go to yellow alert.
Yellow alert.
So that's too much firepower for us to take on. That's a proper starbase, and then you throw in the B-11 and the D whatever, and the only thing it decided to give us was a new cruiser. Oh gee, thank you for granting me a Miranda class. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mirandas are really cool, but the fact that you've decided that my ship plus a Miranda could take on a B-10, and I assume you're a B-11, right? If I've left you to die and you're not a B-11, I'm going to feel a little bit bad about it. Well, we don't know. It could have been. My CA. Yep, poor little Miranda. But we're not going to risk ourselves for that. Especially not on something we don't want to do. We really don't want to destroy the tile. We want to steal the tile. We want it for ourselves. Not that we really need it. I mean, the Lyrans probably wouldn't be able to stand much of a chance against us. So there is that. Bob, over here. Take a mission. Convoy raid. Battleships on convoy raids are a little bit overkill. But hey, we can make them work.
Red alert.
Hey, it's our friend, the Richmond. It's now the London. Alrighty, are we still at maximum speed of time? I believe we are. Yeah, we most certainly are. So we're going to increase speed of the ship. So, the question is, do we leave the Miranda to take on a C-10 while we go kill the convoy? The answer to that question is, of course, no. That would just be mean. So what we're going to do, just to sort of make sure that things can work out, is we're going to launch our fighters, go tell them to kill everybody, and then we'll go see if we can't save the Richmond. Although it's going to be a little bit tight to actually get there, because we're not going to be able to overload in order to actually use the maximum amount of speed we can get out of the ship. So there is that certainly working against us. Charge up all the electronic countermeasure. We're about to have all the speed that we can get from our photon torpedoes being fully charged. Oh, and also we need to fly through the convoy to get to him. That seems like such a waste. Especially when we have an opportunity to basically wipe out the entirety of the convoy. And all it would sacrifice is the Richmond. And by the time we get there, the Richmond's probably going to be dead anyway. It's not the Richmond, it's the London. I gotta remember that. Leave the Miranda. Not our Deep Space Nine. Alright, let's go kill this guy, though. Because I can take you out without too much trouble. The prime traitor. I'm sorry, did you try and shoot at me? Did you think that you were something? I want to use as a Q ship. I saw it. It's FQ. There you are. Have that. Enjoy. That's for you. All yours. Next target, of course, will be you. We should start slowing down so we can actually, you know, charge up our defenses a little bit. It's kind of important to have them in place. Basically out of phaser firepower, but it was just enough to kill him. Hi, I've got a whole ton of photon torpedoes. What do you have? Although the photon torpedoes are really going to ruin my my power setup. Because if I use them, then I lose the benefit of having them offline. Okay, time to call the fighters home. There's a fight going on near me. Hi! I'm gonna give you this just to see how you handle it. I mean, it shouldn't be too much trouble. You do, of course, have the quad AMD, which is stupidly good. So I probably I'm not gonna dent you with that one, but I did manage to make you stop for some reason. Moderate stupidity is what I'll chalk that one up to. Although you did stop launching it, so maybe something else is happening there. Vultures, I do believe I ordered you home. Come home, little vultures.
Returning now.
Just get back here. Oh no, they're gonna die. Goodbye, vultures. Oh no, they took the hit. That's pretty amazing. Hopefully they'll get back soon, because if they don't, they're gonna get killed by that Q-ship. Q-ships are surprisingly good at killing vultures, believe it or not. So our phasers are basically ready to engage, but he's an armored freighter. From this range, it won't be able to kill him. Are you coming back to me yet? I have no idea. It's not really clear at all, is it? Almost, yeah, that's close enough. There we go. So we've managed to lose our friend and ally, the London, and of course the FQL just managed to destroy our fighter, which I'm not happy about. So I'm going to increase the speed. We're going to go kill this FQL, and then we're going to go deal with this C-10, because the C-10's a jerk. Ooh, we managed to get some hits on through. Let's get a little bit more. Wait, our vulture is still alive? Our vulture is still alive, huh? Oh, because he's running for the edge of the map. Oh, he's still out there. Okay, he's still there. Oh, let's speed of time so I can focus on something for a second. And more for you. And some for you. That didn't kill you. That did. Okay, so our vulture is off. He's got standing orders to return home and repair and rearm. So because of that, I don't have to worry about things. So the standing order to repair and rearm will teleport him back on board. He'll be at full health when that whole thing goes down. He is starting to take some serious damage. That's lovely. So already he's been quite badly dented. Let's start to slow down. Let's get our ship actually rigged for straight on conflict. We've used up all our missiles at this point, so we have nothing more to give on that front. So we're down to just a standard brawl, I suppose. A dreadnought versus a battleship, although the dreadnought has taken some pretty nasty hits already. And our photon torpedoes are charged. Lovely. All up and shoot now, please. Thank you. Oh, he waited. Tractor beams for the defense on that one. Ooh, some actually managed to get through. That's unfortunate on several levels. And we killed him. And the fighters returned back immediately. So a successful convoy assault on that one. Took a little bit longer than I figured it would. But hey, there was a dreadnought in there. It wasn't a B-11, but still a dreadnought. 302 prestige, tile neutralized, come back here. Hi, I want to steal this tile. We'll take the patrol to see if we can't duck out of the base assault. I don't want to have to deal with it. Want to be able to grab it without too much trouble.
Red alert.
That is, of course, relying on, you know, the enemy not being too powerful. Although the more star bases we take, the weaker and weaker the enemy should be, because their economy should be collapsing. Now, if their economy is collapsing, they can bring weaker and weaker ships into the fight. They just don't have as much stuff to send at us. That's the goal, anyway. Of course, there's another battleship, dreadnought. I was about to say battleship. He's not. He's a C-10. He is an order of magnitude smaller than that. Start getting the missiles underway. Let's see if we can't bait out that initial wild weasel. And the best opportunity to shoot at him is going to be head-on. Because shooting at him head-on reduces the amount of time that the AMD actually has to engage him. So we're just going to basically zoom on in over here. 14 points of power on the forward shield. Okay, slow down the speed of time. And the ship a little bit. Because we're about to come for another follow-up. I kind of want to save... Ooh, we actually managed to get a couple of hits on there with the missiles, so that's good. Your AMD is indeed a quad type, which is unfortunate. I'm going to see if I can't cut him open and then follow up with a missile barrage while he's stunned. If, you know, he gets stunned. So lots of AMD fire just going everywhere on that one. Has managed to cut through my shields. He just did there, okay. But we have managed to hurt him just a little bit harder than he hurt us. So that's working out okay. And we knocked out another one of his shields. Oh, this is what it's like to be in a B-11. We shall normalize the photon torpedoes because we don't need them anymore. Oh, wow, we've nearly annihilated his AMD. So this next missile barrage ought to be quite useful because he's only going to have the one. He should be able to shoot 3, maybe 4 of them down, which might be enough for him to actually be able to handle with his tractor beam, so he doesn't have that going for him. But he has been pretty severely mauled already.
Stabilizing warp core.
So we'll get a little bit of repairs because we are down a single point of power and some shield regeneration. He went for the Wild Weasel option, which was the smartest option to go for. Unfortunately, it sacrifices his initiative and places us in a prime position for a follow-up with phasers. And our phasers are numerous and overloaded. So we're just going to try and get within Gatling phaser range just to make sure that we get the most out of our phaser assault that we're about to give him. And fire back through. I think we got him. Yep, missiles do the job. So that takes out that dreadnought. And this should neutralize the tile. We'll have a follow-up mission which might be able to take the tile intact. Maybe it is going to be very much dependent on whatever mission comes up for the final mission for this specific tile. But if we're lucky, it won't be a base assault. The tile neutral. An Enigma mission. Okay, that works out great. So the Enigma mission works out fantastic for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is the enemy is going to go after... Never mind, we spawned in the not proper position in order to actually pull that off. So he sees us first. Oh, it's a freighter. Never mind. Okay, what ship are you? Like, do you have anything on board that I want to steal? You do. Okay, you have medical supplies. All powered engines. Let's see if we can't get over there before he explodes. I don't think we can, but we're going to give it a shot just to steal it. I mean, it's only a... It's a completely undergunned freighter. We can annihilate him with our phaser armament alone. We would do more damage to ourselves with photon torpedoes if we went in for the full assault on him. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if we can't run right on top of him. See, alright, we're entering the dust cloud. Okay, that's fine. So this is a bombardment cruiser. CB, oh no, a CB is a heavy command cruiser. See if we can't get over here in time. Oh, it's got to be close. Oh, we weren't in range in time. We just do not accelerate fast enough in order to pull that off from that position. That's a shame. Alright, time to kill the FTX. You have an ESG. How interesting. I mean, it didn't save you, but it was interesting. I wouldn't have put an ESG on a freighter. I kind of figured that you'd want to keep the enemy at arm's length, and freighters are not the way to do that. So, a quick little Enigma, which should hopefully grab that mission, and then we can start heading south. It did. Okay, lovely. So, apparently you took tiles up there. That's irritating. I'll come back for them later. I want to take all of your economy before you can do anything to me. So, let's go to supply, patch the ship up a bit more. So we're back up to full health. That's great. A couple of missiles back on board. Some Marines after we captured a planet or something. Yeah, the planetary capture, that was it. As well as a few spare parts. Fighters are good. And shuttles are good. Because basically we have no need for shuttles. Aha! That's gonna be rough and irritating to take on several levels. So you are actually still the final bastion, I suppose, of the Klingon Empire, so we're definitely not going to be able to finish things today. It will indeed take us until next week's episode to actually finish off the Klingon Empire, although that does explain where they're getting all their economy for the heavy cruisers and the like. So that explains much. So let's just go and see if we can annihilate this guy before we can do anything. That'll be the goal. I mean, I don't think we'll accomplish it before we can do anything. I do think we're actually going to have to get involved in a little bit of a duel. It is a little bit weird that he's flying in circles like that. So, you're a D6, right? You look like one. Oh, you're a D7E. Okay. That is not the most powerful ship that I've ever seen. I'm gonna guess you're a carrier, but you don't have V in your name, which leads me to believe that you're not a carrier. But you certainly are armored like a carrier, or armed like a carrier, I suppose. So let's find out what happens. Select everything except missiles, because I'd like to be able to basically cut him apart without having to use my missiles, thus preserving our ability to stay out here for longer. I can use missiles. Basically, you're done. You haven't even realized it yet, but it's just going to take a little while. Oh, aft photon torpedoes, the way to go with that one. So we were able to kill him without losing any of our armor, without taking any systems damage, and most importantly, without using any missiles, which means we have no reason to go back home in order to be back at full health, or full setup on this one. So let's put the pressure down a little bit more. So they actually did still have a planet going. Empire Defense of 45, that's going to require a little bit of concentrated effort, but there is a shipyard assault that we can go on initially here. You know, thinking back on it, I suppose it does make a certain amount of sense. Never mind, I was about to say it makes a certain amount of sense they were still able to field B-11 battleships even when they only had what I thought was one planet, but they still have B-11 battleships. We're being escorted by the London, who has decided to trade in his Miranda skin for a battleship carrier, and the Viking, who probably shouldn't be here. But hey, we got a B-11 and a C-10. So, not the worst things in the world, although I don't think I set to overload. Yeah, let's go do that, because I want to make sure that I can hurt him with all the hurt that I can give. We do, of course, have another capital ship on our crew this time to soak up most of the damage, and that will be somewhat essential for us. So, where is my power screen? There it is. And start to go. I want to hide behind the London, let him take most of the damage on this one, so that we don't have to. Also, it'll allow the fighters to sort of kill each other, again, with us not having to do anything about it. Okay, it looks like they're both turning in on our friend. Don't think the Viking is going to survive this battle. Alright, here we go. Battleship division, all nice and formed up. Well, sort of, ish. Looks like the Viking is having a very, very bad day. Oh, yes. That was more than to be expected. I don't think... Well, I could turn in to engage him, I just don't want to. It feels like such a waste, though. But I've got to. We've got to support our battleship friend. So we're going to open fire on him. And missiles take him out. Our forward shield is almost gone. So let's start pulling away, because we're taking a lot of damage on this one. I'm going to ditch the overload on that photon torpedo. Just get us some power and get us moving. That's going to be the key thing here. I'd like to get some missile fire out, but I don't have any ready for another half a turn. Although he's in a position where he can exploit that weakened shield. So that's actually not a terrible position to be in. We'll open fire with our missiles as soon as we have them cycled, just to sort of slow him down. May even actually prompt him to go Wild Weasel, which would be useful. Proximity photon torpedoes. Ooh, 2 good hits. Nice. So they're not overloaded, but it did deal, well, at the end of the day, 8 damage. A little bit of return fire coming in from the London. Not able to do a whole heck of a lot. He does have a little bit less in terms of heavy weapons. He's missing one of our missile launchers and the photon torpedo, which is a pretty drastic reduction compared to what we have. He gets 12 fighters compared to our 4, but still, that additional missile launcher is a pretty big deal in my book. Okay, we can start to slow down. We no longer need all the speed in the universe for this one. So we'll come down to a more reasonable pace. Looks like a little bit of a scatter pack was launched as well. We may as well contribute to the little bit of scatter pack party that he's got going there. Although the times when they'll connect to each other is not going to be all that useful. We want to stay nice and close, tucked in with the London, so we can cover each other from any sort of missile strikes. And he's holding on to the missiles, really. That's an interesting maneuver. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to do that. Unless, of course, you didn't have the ability to shoot them down, but that clearly does not seem to be the case. Our missiles are going to be ready for a follow-up very shortly. In fact, I'm just going to keep all the pressure on. Range. Close enough. Everything. Photon torpedoes weren't ready. Oh, no. Start to come around. There we go. Photon torpedoes getting ready on that one. And missiles actually managing to get on through and hit home. So he's in trouble now, although we are too. Being this close to a B-11 is not healthy for you at all. Because he can do that. I mentioned to almost tear apart our one shield. If I can pull the ship around fast enough, I can actually cover us from being able to get annihilated. That photon torpedo managing to get another couple of hits on that one as we pull away. In relatively good order. I mean, the shields are still intact, which is great. We've almost burned away all of his defenses at this point. Defensive tractors are engaged at this point. It's that last line of defense that we need. And I'd like to fire missiles at him, but I'm worried that you're just going to keep beaming mines onto him, and that would waste my missiles. Yeah, and plus that last defensive mine keeps us from being able to get into a good position to launch our missiles, although once we clear it, we'll be in a good spot. He has no more AMD, he still has a shuttle bay, okay. So we do have to worry about that. A little bit of light flanking fire, and we'll provide the missiles. Maybe he doesn't have any more shuttles. I doubt it, but hey, there's always a chance. And we're just going to come in here and nail him with the photon torpedo as soon as I can bear. If I can get on target. Oh, 2 good hits. That'll stun the shuttle bay. We got him. Alrighty, so that's the B-11 down. Increases speed time. Let's get things done. So our point defense system will start to engage. We're going to zigzag a little bit, make sure that we protect the London. I don't want them dead. Although, if he keeps shooting at him, then he's not shooting at us, which is always super useful.
Setting tractors to defense.
So our tractor beams have been set to point defense mode. That way, anything that gets through, we will be able to protect ourselves with using the tractor beams. Hopefully it won't be required. Although the AMD is getting a little bit overwhelmed. I have point defense tractor beams. How did that possibly hit me? Just making sure. Because apparently the game was thinking that the missile is capable of getting to point blank range with me and hitting me before the tractor should turn on. Which I gotta tell you is not something I'm super thrilled about. We also don't have a whole heck of a lot of forward shield anymore, which is somewhat concerning for obvious reasons. I mean, technically these Stardocks could actually kill us. If actually missile-armed Stardocks, each one of those missiles does a fairly significant amount of damage, and they've got a lot of them. You give them enough time, they'll probably cut through something. And shoot. Okay, please tell me he doesn't have any sort of way of defending himself at this point. Save me the trouble. Trouble has been saved. On to the next one. Okay, you've got to be almost out of missiles. Nope, you're not. Still blazing away with all the missiles in the world. More missiles incoming for us. They really want us dead. I think they've realized that the battleship might be just a little bit more important than the battleship carrier. Just a smidge. Alright, let's see if we can't go in for another one of these Titanic volleys. Oh, I didn't think we had photon torpedoes for that one, but apparently we do. And you were able to defend yourself. That's unfortunate. Let's see if I can't take you out before anything really bad happens to me. Aft shield is down. That's pretty bad. So let's see what sort of repairs are required. Well, nothing too serious. Honestly, I'm just going to repair these just for the sake of having them ready to go and fully fixed up for the next round. The last bit of pressure on the last Stardock now that he's actually managed to get in range. The London opening fire from long range with his super slow missiles. We could add in ours, but he would just end up using a Wild Weasel. So in fact, I anticipate that happening sometime fairly soon. Although, not if we keep shooting them all down. But I have that follow-up, and that helped out a lot. Alrighty there. Another successful mission, an assault against the shipyards around this planet, putting the pressure on, putting them on notice that the Federation battleships have come to play. And we will hopefully annihilate every single thing that they can send against us. Pop over here, take a mission. It's a scouting mission. So quick old little scout, take a look, take a quick peek, glance around, figure out what's going on, and then leave.
Red alert.
It's a P-11V. Okay, I mean, we can take this guy on. It's not impossible. We have been taking out B-11s for quite some time. The fighter presence is more than a little concerning, though, because if he continues to hit us with all of the fighters that he has, well, that he is capable of mustering, then we're going to have a bad day. We need to give our time for our own weapon systems to charge, because the plan will be to go in, run away, go in, run away. Because the best mission for BB is a scouting mission. Indeed, if you're going to scout battleships. A reconnaissance in force is the way that they describe it. Alright, actually, you know what? Proximity fire, run. We're out of here. Well, we're not leaving yet, but we're gonna build the distance in here. A little bit more power, because I need to basically stretch him out. He has too much capability of causing too much pain to us in too short period of time. I'd like to whittle away his ability to do anything towards us, so that we can take care of his fighters in peace. Okay, decent amount of damage going on in there. It's going to take us a couple more salvos to actually cut through his defense. Dump a mine, force them to have to scatter a little bit. I really just want to kind of cripple the battleship before we actually go on in. It's a little bit of a tall ask, but I figure if anybody can do it, we can. Another mine. Need to build out the distance just a little bit more because he's doing a speed of 30. He's going full in on us. And I can't afford to engage him while he still has his fighters up. Photon torpedoes aft. Oh, lovely. We managed to cut these guys off from the group. The point defense. You know what? I'll just go with my phasers then if you're going to play like that. And let's see if they get through. I kind of figured something like that would happen, but I wanted to see. I was curious. Okay, he's pulled off. On to the next group. Let's get the point defense system engaged, hopefully. No, they're going to go wide. Drop a mine. That'll send him back home as well. Okay. And now the missiles. Now you don't have a point defense system that I can target, which is more than a bit irritating, actually. Okay, we did lose a shield, and we took out only one of his fighter groups. I do need to actually scan him at some point. Probably should slow down the speed of time and make this a little bit more of a concerted effort, but I wanted to see what I can actually manage. 2 photon torpedoes. Okay, another good hit on him. Only managed to miss 2. See if we can't build some distance in again. More missiles. That's not going to get through. There's no point in bothering with the missiles. They're not going to penetrate. Doesn't even stop him. Wait, did that hit? That shouldn't hit. I thought it wasn't. This, however, is going to overwhelm his fighter, so that'll be dead. It also saves us power. Oh, high edge of the map. So that we can then come around and... full photon torpedo barrage. Okay, aft shields are basically gone at this point. So if we want to continue this rapid pace, we're going to have to play a little bit better than this. Okay, missiles, and him. So that'll take out all those fighters. We'll come in for another couple of photon torpedo barrages. Yes, our aft shields are very badly damaged. But I want to be able to pull away. His speed has definitely reduced. And we are currently looking at attack shift, or defense shift of 1. There we go. Photon torpedo. Ooh, we knocked out his forward shield. So his forward shield's down now. That's wonderful. So every time we come back in on him now, he's going to have a bad day as long as he's got his bow towards us. Which, you know, is not exactly a heavy ask. There we go. 23 damage. Not bad at all. So for 23 damage, we can infer that we hit 6 photon torpedoes. So if we can just keep this pressure up a little bit more, then we can do rather well. How's our electronic countermeasure at the moment? We're wasting power into something that we're not using. I'm going to go 1. Give me a little bit of extra defense. That's all I really kind of need. So show me your bow. Through that again. Only hitting for 10 damage this time. Another hit on right into his face. That's what I was worried about. I didn't want it to happen, but it's happened. So at this point, the engagement is time to get close. So slow way down. All power forward shield. Oh, we weren't reinforcing any shield? Are you kidding me? Oh, I feel like such an idiot now. Phasers, make sure they're set to overload, because apparently I missed something. Good position, engage from behind. Photon torpedoes. Normal mode. Oh, all 8 photon torpedoes managed to nail that one. Get the missiles out. Just see what we can do. I'm not quite sure what's going on when it comes to these defenses, but... come on, another phaser barrage. Okay, we are getting hull damage on him quite significantly, which is lovely. And our forward shield is still relatively intact. Well, relatively, it's gone now. But it was intact, that's the key. Marines. Hit and run. Ooh, maybe not. So our phasers are doing some phenomenal work just beating into him. Patch that, patch that. The shield is going down, but we're doing a pretty significant amount of damage to him. Start the deep scan. As we come around, I would just want to get the last of this deep scan off on him. Ooh, that was not good. Okay, we've got that. That'll clear up our power again. And keep the repairs going on. I want phasers back. That's priority number 1. I would throw a missile barrage at him, but 1, we're out of missiles, and 2, he'd just stop it, because apparently he can do that. Photon torpedoes are ready to go. Phasers are almost fully charged. So we've got basically another Alpha Strike just about ready to rock and roll, which is going to be great. We're missing a couple of phasers. We're not missing any photon torpedoes, although a few photon torpedoes have been damaged. So all we need to do is get another couple of good assaults on him. And we're actually in a fairly decent position to do that. I just want to get close enough to make sure I'm getting optimal damage out of this one. So within a range of 5 is what we need, but closer is better. Now, already that did a nice number on him. Pull away, see if we can't get up the port side shield. And the Gatling phaser coming in for some phenomenal additional damage. High Marines, if you wanted to steal a B-11, you could almost do it. We're very, very close to being able to do it. So you know what? Let's go weapon systems. let's steal. It's time to rob. Make sure we get in the open shield, please. I want to reduce his Marine count even further. Marines, 4. That's enough. Go. We've got it. Alright, so we've managed to steal the burned out husk of a battleship carrier. So that's lovely. And it is a B-11 super battleship carrier, so there is that, of course. So it's just a little bit more prestige than a standard battleship carrier. So we'll pull away, wait for the Marines to do their job. They'll finish stealing the ship once they manage to knock out all of the enemy defensive teams. We sent over 7 Marine teams, and they've managed to reduce it down to 5 with just 2 of their people. It's kind of ridiculous. But hey, they are Klingons at the end of the day. So we'll finish having the Marines do their job. They'll capture the ship, and there's that. Why capture it? Well, because the scans gave us more information about it being intact, rather than the pieces of scrap metal we're about to bring back home and call a ship. So 440 prestige is our reward. Tile neutralized. We're going to pop back home for a little bit of repairs because we desperately need it. And somehow they took that tile. I don't know how. We basically moved them out of this area of the galaxy, but apparently they took a tile. We got a glitch on the repair, which is unfortunate because I don't like it sitting there, because some system's going to be offline when we go back in. So we'll get restocked and repaired and rearmed. And fully kit out the Marine complement because that's important as well. There we go. Alright, so that's going to end today's episode, today's stream, in fact. We've managed to do quite a huge number on the Klingons. All of these planets and tiles over here, they've been taken by the Federation. There appears to be a single planet that might be left. There could be one down here, but the Klingons are definitely on the back foot. I do anticipate that next week's episode we will manage to basically wipe out the last of the Klingons, and that'll be the end of everything. So, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. If you want to join the Discord, the link is somewhere up there. It's not too far. We're not an incredibly active chat. Oh yeah, and Raider, if you come up with what sort of Aerofighter you'd want to be in, just make sure to message me on Discord so I know. And I will see you all in the next episode.